and welcome to the Roman Gazette. And this week you join myself and Tweedy in another collaboration, and we are going to be looking at a fantastic Roman bridge abutment, and Tweedy is going to be doing some authentic Roman cooking. The only problem is that I seem to have lost Tweedy.
I just had to see it for myself. It's not actually that oversized.
Tweedy! Tweedy!
WC21 brackets UK Productions Limited.
Ah, there you are, Tweedy. I was beginning to fear that you had got lost. You haven't been looking for phalli, have you?
No.
I really don't want the folk out there to think I'm obsessed by phalli. I was accused of it in the comments last time, but we are not here to see phalli.
Absolutely not, definitely.
Let's go and look at a bridge abutment and do some authentic Roman cooking. It's earthing, I think.
Oh, sorry.
So it's like earthing.
Earthing?
I think that would be earthing, wouldn't it? I think you'd pronounce it as earthing.
Earthing, okay, like earthling.
Before we have our Roman food, Tweedy is going to tell us a little bit about where we are. Aren't you, Tweedy?
Yes, I am. This is Willowford Bridge, the eastern abutment of Willowford Bridge, and it's where Hadrian's Wall crosses the river Irthing.
Let's get the dry info segment out the way before we enjoy our wild luncheon. Stick with us, you'll soon be watching us eat. The first iteration of this bridge was damaged by floods and a temporary wooden span had to be added. The current remains that we're looking at today date to the rebuild at the end of the 2nd, possibly early 3rd century, and this was a much more substantial structure. The previous one just had a walkway across the top. The rebuild now took the Military Way Road over the river Irthling. An inscribed building stone tells us that it was built by the 20th Legion, Valeria Victrix, and we know that the Romano-British were cannibalising their own bridge in the 4th century as stones have been found reused at Bird Oswald Fort. And action, Tweedy.
In the 1830s, stone was removed from this site to build nearby Willowford farmhouse by cowboy builders. Consolidation work in the 1950s was considered so controversial due to the techniques used that it was debated in the House of Commons in 1958.
Fascinatingly, William Camden, that legendary antiquarian of old, visited this site in 1599 and he noted the remains. And interestingly, at that time, the bridge abutment was a bit closer to the river. It's moved further west in the time between 1599 and today. Right, really exciting. We're getting into the cooking bit now. Tweedy is over there setting up the kit, and we're going to eat as Roman legionnaires may have eaten here 2,000 years ago. Right then, Tweedy, can you tell us about this authentic Roman meal that you're preparing for us today?
So I'm cooking a Roman dish called cacio e pepe, a very simple pasta dish, which is normally spaghetti today, with pecorino cheese, which I'm currently busily grating, and black pepper. You mix it together with some of the cooking water from the pasta and make a sort of basic creamy sauce that way. I think there is evidence to suggest that this could have been a dish that could have been eaten as far back as ancient Rome, and it's certainly something that's very strongly associated with modern day Rome today. I keep putting a gag in all of my videos of sorry this footage is a bit grainy. I take a picture of a field of wheat and sometimes a picture of a field of maize and say sorry this footage is a bit corny. I apologise if this footage is beginning to grate.
Tweedy, what has Hello Kitty got to do with authentic Roman cooking?
Absolutely nothing.
Tweedy, is it nearly ready yet?
drone footage of some grated cheese.
I'm reflecting in the little knife.
Oh wow, look at that. Excuse fingers. It is going into boiling water. Leave no trace.
I am really excited about this. It's a little bit of like a YouTube fanboy moment for me to be outdoors with Tweedy Outdoors doing some cooking. But it is taking a long time and I'm really hungry. Tweedy, I believe we even have some authentic Roman wine to enjoy.
Yes, this is a grape that would have been grown in the Roman era, in the ancient Roman era. It's still grown today in Lazio, the area around modern day the city of Rome. It is a Cesanese. It is a grape that would have been known to Caesar. This is a 2018 vintage, not a Roman vintage, of course, but we're going to open this up and have a glass and see what it's like.
And I think the Romans liked, when they drank wine, which they did a lot of, they imbibed the spirit of Bacchus, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the god Bacchus.
Raise a glass to Bacchus.
To Bacchus. Also known, I think, as Dionysus as well.
Oh.
I'll have to check that.
Interesting. Have to be careful not to walk backwards into lunch.
So, Tweedy, let's do a toast to Bacchus.
To Bacchus.
To Bacchus, or Dionysus. The food is finally ready, and Tweedy has... Tweedy, could you show the Roman Gazette viewers your incredible pepper grinder?
Not a very practical wild camping bit of cooking equipment. Would you like a top up?
Just a little bit more. And we've established on Tweedy Outdoors, now let me get this right, I am a complete fraud with this stuff, a hint of cherry.
I would say so.
Medium bodied.
Medium bodied.
And some tanning.
Yeah, a bit of tannin towards the end, yeah. And I hope this is going to pair very nicely with this cacio e pepe, this possibly ancient Roman dish.
Let's eat, Tweedy. I'm starving.
Sorry, kept you waiting.
It'll all come out in the edit. That was great, isn't it?
Simple, but it's creamy and hearty, and on a drizzly day like this in Northumberland.
I mean, what a sort of feeling of luxury, outdoorsy luxury it is, isn't it, to be out here and having hot food. That's not something that I'm used to. Have a flask of tea and that's about it. I may be disgracing myself a little bit with eating here, I think.
I remember you saying before...
I'm just shoveling it in.
You weren't sure why people would want to make videos of other people eating, or watch videos of other people eating. I think it was one of your comments, one of your...
Oh, no, that's right, I have. I mean, some of the outdoorsy videos have very long sequences of people just sat there eating.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, like we were talking about earlier, it seems on YouTube people will watch very long videos of all manner of mundane things.
Yeah. There's some additional cheese there. Would you like some a bit of the Parmesan type one as well? I mean, it's not traditional, but I've got it, so we might as well use it. I doubt it will survive a trip back to London in the Hello Kitty cool bag.
A little bit of YouTube paranoia there. I had to check that I was in shot. It's really odd, Tweedy. Now I've got the camera on me while I'm eating. I feel as though I've forgotten how to eat. Eating like a child.
Do you want to keep it rolling, or should we just relax?
It's spoiling my meal.
Are you still getting sound from me, maybe? Sorry.
Yeah. That's so. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Should I not be rustling around?
Yeah. I'll do that again. So, because cork hadn't been invented in the Roman era, the aging of wine wasn't necessarily such a good thing, and older wine was very often mixed with water to make it palatable.
There were a number of surprising additives to wine in the Roman era to hide quite often the flavour of potentially slightly bad wine, including garlic.
To Bacchus.
Sorry, you're still getting rustling noises from me in the background. I'll stop from
that. And Bacchus was one of those Roman gods who had existed previously in ancient Greece. For reasons unknown, presumably some form of efficiency, the original broad wall plan for Hadrian's wall, around 3 metres wide, was abandoned, and this is the point where that happened. And it was replaced by the narrow wall at about 2.2 metres. And here at Willowford Bridge, we can actually see that. We've got the foundation of the broad wall, and then the wall that was actually built on it was the narrow wall. An interesting collaboration this time, because we've sort of tried to film both of our videos side by side. No idea how that is going to turn out. I'd like to thank Tweedy for the fantastic, authentic Roman era cooking and, of course, wine. I'm going to hand over to Tweedy to do the outro because he did such a good job, better than me last time.
Well, thank you, Mr. WC21, for bringing me here. This has been a great experience. You would find it hard to believe this is the first time I have ever been to Hadrian's Wall. And we've had a brief opportunity to live like a centurion, or at least lunch like a centurion. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
You do that so well. You know, it's great fun doing these collabs, but it is a little bit confusing. The other night, that bloke Tweedy, who I watch on YouTube, was sleeping in there. Oh, what's this?